Here are 12 key steps for high blood pressure. So when you monitor your blood pressure, there are several key factors to look for to assess your health and whether you fall within normal ranges or not. That said, here are the main keys to consider. So 1, systolic pressure. That's your top number, right? This represents the pressure in your arteries when your heart contracts or beats. It's the higher of the two numbers and is measured in millimeters of mercury, and normal systolic pressure is typically below 120. 2, diastolic pressure. This is your bottom number. So this represents the pressure in your arteries when your heart is at rest between beats. It's the lower of the two numbers and also measured in millimeters of mercury, and normal diastolic pressure is typically below 80. Number 3, determine the blood pressure category based on readings. For example, normal blood pressure systolic should be 120, diastolic 80. Elevated blood pressure systolic between 120 and 129 and diastolic 80. Stage 1 hypertension systolic 130 to 139 or diastolic 80 to 89. And stage 2 hypertension systolic 140 or higher, diastolic 90 or higher. Hypertensive crisis systolic is roughly 180 above, and or diastolic is about roughly 120, and this is actually considered like an emergency situation. Number 4, monitor trends in blood pressure over time. Consistently high readings may actually indicate hypertension, while fluctuation may suggest other health issues or possibly lifestyle factors. Number 5, understand that individual variation in blood pressure exists. What's considered normal for one person may actually differ from another. So consider factors such as age, sex, and underlying health conditions when assessing blood pressure. Number 6, be aware of white coat hypertension, where a person's blood pressure is actually higher in a medical setting due to anxiety. Consider taking multiple readings at different times and setting to rule out this freaking effect. Number 7, I think some individuals may have normal blood pressure at the doctor's office but elevated blood pressure in their daily lives. This is called masked hypertension. Home blood pressure monitoring can actually help detect this, or wearable blood pressure watch similar to what I use. Number 8, ensure consistency in measurement methods, such as using the same cuff size, the same arm, and the same posture, example, sitting or laying down. Inconsistent measurements can actually lead to inaccurate results. Number 9, blood pressure can actually vary throughout the day. Morning readings tend to be a bit higher, known as morning surge. Compare readings taken at different times to assess daily fluctuations. Number 10, pay attention to any symptoms related to high blood pressure, such as headaches, dizziness, shortness of breath, or even nosebleeds. These may indicate that hypertension is affecting your health. 11, consider any underlying medical conditions or medications that can influence blood pressure. Some health conditions and medication can actually raise or even lower blood pressure. And 12, discuss your blood pressure goals with me as your healthcare provider. Depending on your age, health status, and risk factors, you may have specific target ranges for blood pressure. It's very important to regularly monitor your blood pressure, especially if you have, let's say, risk factors for hypertension or other cardiovascular conditions. Now, in the meantime, don't forget to follow and like my video, as more videos on blood pressure will be released. And please don't forget to donate to support my channel.